everybody. I'm Lorina Quigley, your mystic medium. My YouTube channel is Lorina Q Mystic Medium. Yeah, I have a funny last name, so I just put Lorina Q on there. Well, I used to hate my last name and wanted to change it all the time, but now, there are not a lot of Quigleys running around, so it's kind of quirky. And I do like my last name at this point, but I didn't growing up, no. But we were the weird family in the neighborhood. Our last name was Quigley. There's a whole bunch of redheads in the family and all sorts of other things. So it was just a little too different. When you're younger, you want to be just like everyone else because you want to be cool. Oh well. Anyway, so today's video I'm making is about deep trance states and going into deep trance states. Why would you go in? Why would you want to do this kind of work? And how does it benefit you? Well, doing deep trance work. And so this, you can put meditation into this, transcendental meditation. Oh, there goes my dog. That's Peanut. Peanut, hey, shush. He's been very quiet this afternoon, so I don't know why he's making noise now. No one's walking by. Anyway, deep trance states, why do you want to do them? They're very beneficial for many reasons. First of all, you grow. Your focus grows, your consciousness grows, your awareness grows. These are all really good things. If you do psychic work or mediumship, it will help expand that, and I really mean that. It will expand your psychic abilities. That's all there is to it. Your awareness, your experiences will actually just in life will become richer. Just from being more present, it can help you with all of these things. So it's very worthwhile. So I've been reading this book. Okay, I got to show you this book. It was like a $2 book. Mystical. Okay, let's see. It's called Mystical Experiences, the Higher Consciousness Program. So in 30 days or less, if you do these exercises, you will start having mystical experiences. And hey, I love having mystical experiences myself personally. I've had many. It's kind of the juice of life in a sense. I really, I don't know, but you can get addicted to that, but anyway, so I got this book because I was just intrigued. But okay, so the same authors, I just have to show you. These books were about $2 each, and it costs more to get them shipped to me than to actually buy the books themselves. This one, very interesting. Inner Sex for 30 Days. I saw that and went, okay, what is that about? And I've just looked into it. I haven't read the whole thing yet because, anyway, I just haven't. I looked at it and went, okay, I don't need to do this right now, but I will dive into it. All right, and then this one, and I heard about this author from a YouTuber who does a lot of out-of-body stuff. I can't remember who said it, but this is Have an Out-of-Body Experience in 30 Days, the Free Flight Program. There we go. Another $2 book, and it's by Keith Harry and Pamela Weintraub. They're all written by that. And you know what? It's just, I can't resist stuff like that. It's just, that's too much fun. I love that. Anyway, so I did start doing this Mystical Experiences book. I did dive into it, and I did the first exercise that they have now. It says that you can have, start having mystical experiences within 30 days. Well, I think you will have them sooner than that. But it's hard to do one of these every day because they're pretty long and expansive. And I did do the first one. It's the only one I've done so far. I'm going to do more. I'll let you know which ones I think are really, really good. But the first one, and I wrote it down because it's very interesting. And I've done a lot of trance work and guided meditations that take you into some very interesting states of awareness. And I've also had spontaneous experiences, especially through breath work, other things too, energy healing, where you suddenly are in different realms and having experiences. It's pretty cool. But so this one was interesting, and I'll kind of go over the 4 parts to it, just so that you can try it if you want to. It's some of it's a little bit weird, and I think it could bring some confusion to some people. So I think you have to have a pretty strong self of who you are to do this. Yeah. Anyway, so maybe you'll understand when I get to the end of it. Okay. So first of all, you have to have about 2 hours of time to do this. I mean, it takes about an hour and a half, but in the beginning it says 2 hours, and that's pretty accurate. So you sit in a place where you're very alone, like no distractions, no disruptions. And find a comfortable place to sit where you are alone, where animals won't bug you, or children, or spouses, or whatever. Put your phone aside. And so you know, close your eyes, take a deep breath, take a couple of deep breaths, and just go within and start recalling childhood events. Start with childhood events, and then move to other events in your life that are more profound or bigger events. Just start going over in your mind with these events. And you're supposed to spend about a half hour doing this, 30 minutes, just looking at old events and really recalling them vividly in your mind. And then after you do that, you focus on, so kind of like set that off to the side and get into and feel where you are right now in your life. Really let yourself feel where you are now in your reality. And you might want to look around in your environment and just really get into the environment of where you are now, and allow yourself to feel whatever you feel about it as you explore and just look around you. All right, you do that for a few minutes. And then, okay, you go through, okay, this one's a little confusing. Envision going through all of those experiences that you went through where you are now, seeing those past experiences as just your imagination. So you played with all those images in your mind, and then you set them aside and kind of do a be here now moment. And then you take all of those images, the past ones, bring them back, and you imagine that it is all your imagination. That everything that you experienced was just created in your imagination. Quite interesting. So having not been real, that you imagined them. And really get into the sensation of having just imagined that in what you can do. It says, talking about having a gray mist come in, and seeing it as something that your imagination just produced, that it isn't real. So that's why I said this could create some confusion if you have a hard time with reality. But so I had an interesting experience. So you spend another half hour or so just going over all those experiences and allowing yourself to feel that it is all just imagined. So I am supposing that it can make your reality feel like it doesn't have as much impact or power on you right now as it was in the past, so that it can kind of loosen up its grip on your life. So it is all a product of your imagination. So you do that for about a half hour. And then after you do that, you imagine yourself in a totally different reality. Imagine yourself being born in a totally different reality. It could be any reality that you want it to be. They used an example in the book of, like, pretend you were you were born into royalty and you're going to be King Arthur. and you play with that in your imagination and what that feels like, what that looks like, or any other character. It doesn't have to be one from history. It can be, oh, I want to be, mm, uh, I want to be a ballet dancer. I was born into a family where I was allowed to dance, and I grow up loving dance, and I get to start taking ballet lessons really, really early, and I am an amazing dancer, and see yourself living that. Just an interesting thing to do. And you do that for another half hour, and then you go through all of that, and then let it go, and just allow whatever to come uh, from that experience of doing those things. Just let them go and feel whatever you feel about it, really. And so what it's supposed to do is kind of lessen the grip of your past, but also make your life richer now, like just bringing more vibrancy, because it shifts your reality and the way that you look at it. When I did this, I've done it several times. The first time I did it, what happened was, when I was recalling the past, so it had an immediate effect on me. And it doesn't say anything about this, but what started happening is I started recalling dreams, dreams like you're asleep and you're dreaming. But some dreams came back to me, very vivid dreams that I've had in the past throughout the years. Now, I've had a very rich dream life. I always have. Dreams, kind of prophetic dreams, and also dreams where my sister who passed came to me and gave me information and helped me through things, and actually told me what to do in some circumstances, or gave me warnings. Maybe not, warnings isn't the right word, but just this might happen. In dreams about like somebody's going to die, and not scary, someone's going to die, but just get ready, be prepared kind of dreams. So I've had a lot of dreams. So what happened when I did this exercise is I started getting a lot of vivid dream memories, not so much like physical life memories, but dream memories, and coming up and very profoundly. So just an interesting thing. And at some point in my life, I was having so many dreams that I really did have confusion about, wait a minute, was that a dream, or did that really happen? This was many years ago. It's probably about, I don't know, 1920. So in 21, really strange time period in my life. But so I had to kind of like, okay, let's set the dream work aside, because I'm confusing reality. And that's why I say this is a really interesting exercise. You might want to try it, but it might confuse you about reality itself. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing, I don't know. But it's interesting that that's what happened. I don't know. You can try it and you can let me know how it goes. And I will be doing more of those. And I did do it again, and it wasn't as profound. And you really need a big swath of time to sit down and do these. So I'll try the next one and let you know how it goes. All right. So I wanted to also let you know about Gerald O'Donnell. He has something called, Gerald O'Donnell is a remote viewer. Well, he doesn't professionally do it anymore, but he did. He has a system, a deep trance system. It's called Avari, which is the Academy of Remote Viewing and Influencing. And it's, excuse me, it's all about doing deep trance work. So you do a lot of like, put some earbuds, it's all digital. So you put some earbuds in, lay down, and follow instructions. Really easy to do. You can have profound experiences using his system. And I really mean that. I've been doing it for quite some time. I still haven't gotten through the whole thing, but you could do it in 30 days or less. Back to the 30-day thing. You could. But I've had so many experiences doing it and I'm doing it all over again. I started about a month ago doing it again. phenomenal system, and really helps you through, it's a form of guided meditation, but he uses frequencies and binaural beats and as you do them. But so doing these systems, I've popped into past lives. I mean, and popped in, I'm suddenly there, not just, oh, I think I'm seeing something. No, I popped into past lives. But I saw past lives anyway, so I guess maybe that's easy for me. I don't know. But you can too. You can do this. This is why I'm sharing this. I've popped into one future life, like 300 years in the future, where I was just suddenly there and I'm somebody else. And it's actually a extraterrestrial who's working inside of inner Earth doing stuff. And I saw exactly what I looked like, what I was doing. Very unexpected experience. But I've had one other experience where I popped into inner Earth in the future. So so I've had two of those experiences, but one of them was with this Avari system. So I want to recommend it. And recently when I was doing it, I had the experience of all of a sudden being in this state. So it really takes you into states of higher awareness, like super conscious higher awareness, where I was seeing inside, like you're so far in that you're outside. You're inside of yourself and outside of yourself, and you can see the structure of your reality and your frequency, your energy body. And I started seeing all of my thoughts and how those thoughts become imprints of who you are, and then they become patterns and they reflect to you what you experience in your life. I could see all these thoughts becoming like these small little things setting into my energy body, those patterns and beliefs that create my reality. And I was conscious of them, but there were a lot of them, but I could see them. I could see like thoughts as written out and becoming patterns in my field. Now, I could see it, but I couldn't stop it completely. I couldn't stop and then go, hey, stop. We want to shift those out. But I could see them coming in. And so I know you can change them. But that was, anyway, it was a really incredible experience. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. But it can take you into these states where you see these things that we do experience what we believe in, but that what we believe in is part of the structure of our reality and who we are, and what we believe in, what we've been given by our parents and society and being a human on earth. All these things is part of that structure. But I could see those thoughts coming in and sorry, and becoming who you are and what you experience in your consciousness. Very interesting. So this is doing the Avari system. I need to drink some water. Okay, so I wanted to share that. And I also had an experience just recently. I haven't shared this with anybody, but I started seeing, I was seeing some sort of extraterrestrial very close to me, like over here. But I couldn't see their face, but I could see part of their body, sort of like from here down, I could see part of their body, the torso area. And it definitely looked like some sort of mantis being. I could see this kind of this torso that definitely not human, and kind of greenish colored. Yeah. Anyway, I could see that too, and I saw other things. Yeah, it's hard to even explain everything that you see when you have these experiences, because in some ways they don't make sense, but it's part of reality. It's pretty amazing. So it will start doing these things again, will help you shift your reality in a very profound and powerful way. So I want to again recommend that. So, and the third thing that I wanted to mention is a book called The Einstein Factor. Now, I learned about this book from a remote viewer. Back then, this was, well, her name now is Bertie Jaworski. She's one of my teachers. She has some videos on YouTube that somebody put out there where she's teaching some classes. Now, the person that she's teaching with is the one who shared this information. Her name back then was Prue Calabrese. Yeah. Anyway, she's she's pretty well known in the remote viewing world at this point, very much so. Anyway, this book, The Einstein Factor, gives a lot of exercises that you can do, mind exercises, to help sharpen your awareness and your focus. And this one exercise, I've shared this before, but it's pretty amazing. And I also learned about this from, what's his name? John Vivanco. But him and Bertie used to work together. I think she taught him, John Vivanco. Anyway, I took classes from John also, John Vivanco. And he got it from this book. This comes from this book, The Einstein Factor. And in this book, they give an image streaming exercise. So it helps, this is going to open up your clairvoyance and help you become more clairvoyant, have more focus, open up your creativity. It's a pretty amazing exercise. So I highly recommend it. I've done it. And it helps you become more clairvoyant in the way where I'm very clairvoyant. It's I'm empathic, or clairsentient and clairvoyant are my two main psychic powers. That sounds silly saying psychic powers, but okay. Psychic gifts, is it really a gift? I don't know. It's something that you have and you can develop. But anyway, so what you do in this, wait. So what I was going to say is that when I started doing this a lot, from getting pictures, like little pieces of pictures, or like I got a flash of this, and I got a flash of this, and I got a flash of this, and I got a flash of this. And you kind of put it together in your mind and start running it and figuring out what it means, or it comes to you what it means. What started happening when I was doing this image streaming exercise is that it becomes more of a movie. Instead of pieces, it becomes a movie, and a longer and more extended movie. So bigger pieces of information coming through more seamlessly. So I want to recommend it. And the exercises is what you do is you just sit down, close your eyes, and start. It's good to start to hold your eyes up at a 45-degree angle, because that puts you in an alpha state really, really quickly, just so that you can go into that state quickly. Take a couple of deep breaths and just start saying what you're seeing. So, okay, well, I have this ring light here, so I'm going to see the images of the ring light coming through. But what you do is you say what you see, and you say it out loud. This is important. You have to say it out loud. Some people, they want to keep it all in their mind, go, okay, I'm seeing this, and it's all mental thoughts in your mind. No, you need to say it out loud, because it helps open up that channel, saying it out loud what you're seeing. So, oh, look, I'm seeing an image of a dragon. I'm making this up. I'm seeing an image of a dragon. Oh, it's a really pale whitish blue dragon. It looks very animated. It's very, very cute. Well, I am starting to see it now, because I'm making it up as I'm seeing the images in my mind. But this is what you do is I'm seeing this blue dragon. It's really cute. It looks kind of like a baby dragon or a toddler dragon. It's got, the little wings to the side. Looks very animated. It has some little pink spots on top of its head. It's very happy. It's bouncing around. Okay, you get the point. So this is what I'm seeing, but I'm creating this picture in my head. Now, I'm making that up just to allow to be part of this video. You're really not supposed to just start making it up, but hey, I guess you can if you want to. But you start saying what you're seeing. I'm seeing a bubble. I'm seeing a bubble of light. There's a lot of orange and pinks in there. And as you describe, you're going to start seeing more and more stuff. And you keep saying what you're seeing out loud. And you do this for 20 minutes. Do it for 20 minutes. If you do this once a day, 20 minutes, it will open up your clairvoyance. It's going to open up your creativity. It opens up your mind. So this comes from a book called The Einstein Factor. It's an old book. I got a used copy of it. It's a great book. I guarantee if you do this exercise that you will have benefit from it. It helps with your focus, your consciousness, your awareness. Anyway, please try it. It will help you become more clairvoyant. And it helps you open up that channel that sometimes when we do psychic work, we're afraid to speak out what we're seeing or experiencing. When you start saying it, it can actually, and can happen in like psychic circles or mediumship circles, that you're afraid to say something because you're not getting enough information. Oh, that's like 2 sentences. That's not enough information. But sometimes, quite often, if you start saying what you're seeing, it's kind of like opening the bridge and more information comes out. So it can be very helpful to speak out loud and say what you're experiencing or seeing. It will really, really help with your mediumship or psychic abilities and your level of consciousness in general, bringing more awareness to everything. I mean, we all need that, especially these days. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Hey, please like, share, subscribe. And if you like this content, hey, if you have any suggestions for making any other kind of videos, please, you can give them in the comments. And last thing, I do readings, I do energy healing. I'm a medium and a psychic. Oh my God, I'm getting tongue twisted. You know what? I've had a lot of coffee today, probably a little too much. I'm a psychic medium, energy healer. I'm a teacher, and a spiritual mentor. Anyway, I do a lot of really fun, cool things. So if you want to get a hold of me for any reason, you can check out my website, LorinaQEnergyHealer.com. I think I've said enough. Hey, have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.